Hey YouTubers, Darth Blade here, with another book review, number 2. Last one I didn't get much reception because I'm a small YouTube channel. 10 subscribers. One of them is my grandmother. A card facepalm. Anyway, today's review is The Book of Love by Catherine McGowan. It's apparently a New York Times bestseller, but really you just have to write a book in order to get that. And they hand that out more than, well, homeless shelters hand out free food. Yeah. It's by Catherine McGowan. It's basically another one of those books about the connection between Jesus and Mary Magdalene. I know, not my type. I can't stand religion or organized religion anyway. That's my opinion. Don't let that, I'm not trying to judge anyone. But also, you probably noticed the J.J. Abrams lens flare in the background. Yeah. Star Wars is so screwed. Anyway, it's a fairly good book, but it's ripping off Dan Brown's books, like The Da Vinci Code, Lost Symbol, Angels and Demons. So, let's see, let me read the back here for you guys. When journalist Maureen Pascal receives a strange package containing what looks like ancient letters written in Latin, or an ancient letter written in Latin, she discovers that its author is an extraordinary woman whom history has overlooked or covered up. Countess Matilda of Tuscany. In the letter, Matilda demands the return of her most precious books and documents. What does she mean? Maureen soon finds herself at a dangerous race across Italy and France, and on the trail of an explosive discovery, the Book of Love. The gospel written in Jesus' own hand, Maureen begins to see eerie connections between herself and Matilda, an 11th century warrior countess who was secretly married to a pope. Again, you're probably seeing problems here. Connections she must trace if she is to stop the wrong people from finding the Book of Love. Weaving together Matilda's little-known story and Maureen's thrilling search, Kathleen McGowan's remarkable tale follows two amazing heroines as their stories intertwine through time and until a potentially fatal encounter threatens to destroy the Book of Love forever. Her whole point of this is trying to say Mary Magdalene was Jesus' wife, and she had kids, and the main character is related to Jesus. Bullshit! I'm sorry. There's no real hard evidence that Jesus Christ even existed, except for an old 2,000-year-old book that was most likely written as a cautionary tale. Old book, stories about treating men and women equally, giving people love and understanding. They're stories. They're good stories. Some of them are really great. I mean, I could meet many of the authors back then. I would. I'd shake their hand. You wrote a great story that's inspired millions. And some of the bloodiest wars in human history. Yeah, didn't think that one through, did they? Anyway, it's a fairly decent book, but again, it's trying to basically rip off Dan Brown. It's fun at times, but it's slow. I'm going to give this one a hard to think, a 6 out of 10, I think. Just because it's fun at times, but slow. It's book 2 of the Magdalene line, too. That's what it says right here. I'm looking at that. Yeah. Again, no. And this whole thing about someone secretly marrying a pope, that would never have happened. Back then, popes had all the power in the world. Back in this, what was it? What century? It was like the 18th century or something like that. I don't know. 11th century. Oh, back then, the Pope ruled the world, essentially. He can get all bitches he wants. He doesn't need to marry one. Especially someone named Matilda. No offense to anyone named Matilda, though. I'm just saying, in this book, the context is bad. But, anyway. If you disagree with me, explain why in the comments section below. Anyway, this has been Darth Blade with book review number 2. Bye.